In the vast expanse of the North Atlantic, 1,000 miles from the European coast, lies an archipelago of 9 islands. Born from the fiery heart of the Earth, these are the Azores, the peaks of colossal underwater mountains, a land of impossible greens, serene crater lakes, and coastlines carved by the relentless power of the ocean. This is a place where nature is not a backdrop, but the main character, a constant, powerful, and deeply respected presence. But this is not a story of an untouched wilderness. It is the story of a people who, for over 500 years, have woven their lives into this demanding and beautiful landscape. It is a story of a unique culture, a deep sense of community, and a rhythm of life dictated not by the clock, but by the tides, the seasons, and the ever-present sea. This is the story of daily life in the Azores. Life in the Azores begins with a gentle awakening. In the coastal towns and small villages that cling to the island shores, the day does not start with a rush, but with a slow, deliberate unfolding. The morning air is fresh, carrying the clean, sharp scent of the Atlantic and the sweet aroma of baking bread from the local padaria. The first sounds are not of traffic, but of church bells marking the hour, the distant lowing of cattle, and the low hum of the milk truck making its rounds. Here, the morning routine is a cherished ritual. It is the quiet walk to the cafe for a bica, a strong, short espresso, and a freshly baked bolo levedo, a slightly sweet, muffin-like bread that is a staple of Azorian life. The cafe is more than a place for coffee. It is the community's living room, a place where news is exchanged, business is discussed, and friendships are reaffirmed over the clink of ceramic cups. This is a society built on a human scale. In the close-knit neighborhoods, where houses are painted in cheerful whites and pastels, with dark volcanic basalt framing the windows and doors, anonymity is a rare commodity. The morning walk is a social event, a time for greetings, for a brief chat about the weather, the fishing, or the family. Conversations are not rushed. They are an essential part of the day's fabric. The concept of vizinhansa, or neighborliness, is a cornerstone of the social contract. It is an unspoken understanding that you help a neighbor mend a fence, share the bounty of your vegetable garden, or watch their children without ever being asked. The pace of life is noticeably slower, more mindful. There is a deep-seated understanding that things will get done, but not at the expense of human connection. This is the island way, a rhythm that values presence over productivity and community over convenience. In a world that is constantly accelerating, the Azores remain a bastion of a more deliberate, more connected way of living. The soul of the Azores is forged from a unique blend of Portuguese heritage and a distinct island identity. The culture is deeply rooted in the traditions brought by the first Portuguese settlers in the 15th century, but it has been shaped and colored by centuries of relative isolation and a profound connection to the sea. This heritage is not a relic of the past. It is a living, breathing part of the present, celebrated with immense pride and passion. The Azorian dialect itself, with its unique cadence and vocabulary, is a badge of this identity, a spoken testament to centuries of shared history. Nowhere is this more evident than in the religious festivals that form the backbone of the social calendar. The Festas do Espírito Santo, or Holy Ghost festivals, are the most important, celebrated on every island from May to September. These festivals are a vibrant explosion of faith, community, and generosity. The tradition revolves around a promise of charity in return for peace. The festivals involve colorful processions with intricately decorated banners and silver crowns. A local child is often crowned the emperor for a day, a symbol of innocence and humility. The culmination is the sharing of a communal meal, the Holy Ghost soup, a hearty beef and bread soup seasoned with mint, served freely to everyone in the community, a powerful act of social cohesion. But tradition takes many forms. On the island of Terceira, the summer is marked by the Touradas à corda, or bull on a rope. A bull is released onto a cordoned-off street with a long, strong rope around its neck, held by a group of skilled men. The local young men then test their bravery by taunting the bull. It is a thrilling, deeply communal event, with entire villages turning out to watch from balconies and rooftops. The Azorian identity has also been shaped by centuries of emigration. A large diaspora exists, particularly in the United States and Canada. This creates a constant flow of people and ideas as returning immigrants and their families reconnect with their roots, reinforcing family bonds and cultural traditions while also bringing a taste of the outside world with them. This pride in identity is etched into the very stones of the towns. In Angra do Heroísmo, on the island of Terceira, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, the beautifully preserved Renaissance architecture speaks of the island's historical importance as a crucial port of call for ships crossing the Atlantic. There is a quiet but powerful sense of being Azorian, a feeling of belonging to this specific place, of sharing a history of resilience, and of being part of a story that is deeply intertwined with the ocean that surrounds them. The Azorian economy is, and has always been, intrinsically linked to the land and the sea. The island's lush green landscapes are not just for show. They are the foundation of a thriving dairy industry. The mild oceanic climate, with its abundant rainfall, allows for year-round grazing, creating a sea of green that is almost luminous in its intensity. The sight of contented dairy cows on impossibly green hillsides, sectioned off by meticulously maintained walls of dark volcanic rock, is one of the most iconic images of the Azores. Dairy farming is more than a job. It is a way of life for many families, a tradition passed down through generations. The farms are typically small, family-run operations. The day begins before dawn, with the first milking, a routine that is repeated every day of the year. The milk is collected and transported to the local cooperative or cooperativa, which is the central economic and social institution in many rural communities. These cooperatives are owned by the farmers themselves, and they handle the processing, marketing, and distribution of the milk, cheese, and butter, ensuring that the profits return to the community. The famous cheese from the island of São Jorge, for example, is aged for months in these cooperative facilities, developing a sharp, spicy flavor that is prized throughout Portugal and beyond. The other great provider is the ocean. In fishing communities like Horta, on the island of Faial, the harbor is the heart of the town. The lives of the fishermen are governed by the weather and the tides. They set out in the pre-dawn darkness to hunt for tuna, swordfish, and a variety of local species, their small boats dwarfed by the immense Atlantic. It is a demanding and often dangerous profession, one that requires immense courage and a deep, intuitive understanding of the sea. The Horta Marina is legendary among transatlantic sailors, a safe haven in the middle of the ocean. A walk along its sea walls reveals a colorful mosaic of paintings left by the crews of thousands of yachts from all over the world, a tradition that has turned the harbor into a unique, open-air art gallery. In recent years, the economy has diversified. Tourism has become a vital sector, but it is a specific kind of tourism. Visitors are drawn not by sprawling resorts, but by the island's unspoiled nature, its hiking trails, and its reputation as one of the best places in the world for whale watching. Small, innovative businesses are also taking root. On São Miguel, you can find the only commercial tea plantations in Europe. The Guarana and Porto Formoso tea estates, with their neat rows of green bushes cascading down the hillsides, are a surprising and beautiful sight. And in unique, geothermally heated greenhouses, the famous Azorian pineapple is grown, a small, intensely sweet variety that takes 2 years to mature, a cherished local delicacy. Azorian cuisine is a direct and honest reflection of the islands themselves, simple, hearty, and deeply connected to the bounty of the land and sea. The food culture is not one of elaborate techniques or exotic ingredients, but of freshness, quality, and a deep respect for tradition. Seafood is the star of the table. A freshly grilled piece of tuna, a hearty fish stew known as caldeirada, or grilled limpets, lapas, sizzling with garlic butter and a squeeze of lemon, are tastes of the Atlantic itself. Octopus is another beloved staple, often slow-cooked until tender and served with potatoes and a rich wine sauce. Perhaps the most unique dish in the Azorian culinary repertoire is the cozido das furnas. In the volcanic village of Furnas on São Miguel, a rich stew of various meats and vegetables is placed in a large pot, which is then sealed and lowered into a hole dug in the hot volcanic soil. It is left to cook slowly for 6 to 7 hours, gently steamed by the Earth's natural geothermal heat. The unearthing of the pot is a daily spectacle, and the result is a meal that is incredibly tender and infused with a subtle, unique flavor that can only be found here. It is more than a dish, it is an experience, a direct connection to the powerful volcanic forces that lie just beneath the surface. Dairy products, especially the wide variety of local cheeses, are a part of every meal. Home cooking is the norm, with recipes and techniques passed down from mother to daughter. Nearly every home has a small vegetable garden or horta, providing fresh produce for the family table. The culture of home preserving is strong, with families making jams from local fruits and pickling vegetables to last through the winter. Small family-run restaurants known as tascas offer a genuine taste of this home-style cuisine, serving generous portions of traditional dishes in a warm, welcoming atmosphere. On the island of Terceira, the signature dish is alcatra, a beef pot roast slow-cooked for hours in a large, unglazed clay pot with red wine and spices until it is fall-apart, tender. And on the island of Pico, the local wines are a testament to human ingenuity. Here, grapevines are grown in small, rock-walled plots called currays. These thousands of small enclosures protect the vines from the harsh, salt-laden Atlantic wind, creating a unique, UNESCO-recognized landscape and producing crisp, mineral-rich white wines. To live in the Azores is to live in constant, intimate contact with nature in its most dramatic and beautiful form. The landscape is a powerful, ever-present force that shapes the lifestyle, the culture, and the very soul of the people. This is a world of volcanic wonders, a place where you can stand on the edge of a massive caldera and gaze down at lakes of impossible color, like the twin blue and green lakes of Sete Cidades. Legend says the lakes were formed from the tears of a shepherd and a princess who shared a forbidden love. The outdoors is not a place you visit on weekends. It is an extension of the backyard. Hiking is a way of life, a means of connecting with the land and finding solitude. A network of well-maintained trails crisscrosses the islands, leading through lush forests of Japanese cedar and the endemic laurel forests, or laurisilva, a remnant of the ancient forests that once covered much of Europe. These trails lead past cascading waterfalls that tumble into crystal-clear pools and along breathtaking coastal cliffs that plunge hundreds of feet into the churning Atlantic. In the summer months, the roadsides and hills are famously lined with vast, dense hedges of blue hydrangeas, creating tunnels of color that are a defining feature of the islands. The volcanic nature of the islands offers unique experiences. In places like Terra Nostra Park in Furnas, geothermal hot springs create natural thermal pools where people can bathe in warm, iron-rich waters. At Ponta da Ferraria on the coast of São Miguel, a volcanic vent heats the ocean itself in a small, protected cove, allowing for the surreal experience of swimming in a warm sea. The ocean itself is a vast, living playground. The Azores are one of the world's premier destinations for whale and dolphin watching. The island's history was once deeply tied to the whaling industry, a brutal and dangerous trade. Today, that legacy has been transformed into one of conservation and appreciation. The old whaling lookout posts, perched high on the cliffs, are now used to spot whales for tourist boats. To be out on the water and witness a sperm whale breaching the surface, or a pod of common dolphins playfully riding the bow wave, is to feel a profound sense of connection to the marine world. For the locals, the ocean is also a place for surfing, diving, and sailing, a constant and beloved presence in their lives. For all their wildness and remoteness, the Azores are a modern and well-connected society. The challenge of living on an archipelago has been met with impressive feats of infrastructure and a resilient, practical spirit. A reliable network of inter-island flights and modern ferries connects the 9 islands, turning what was once a long and sometimes perilous sea journey into a routine commute. These journeys are a constant reminder of the geography, a beautiful moment to appreciate the scale of the ocean and the distinct character of each island as it comes into view. The ferry is more than just transport. It is a social space, a place to catch up with friends from other islands and feel the rhythm of the archipelago. On land, excellent roads wind their way through the dramatic landscapes, hugging the coastlines and climbing into the volcanic highlands. Driving here is an experience in itself, with each turn revealing a new, stunning vista. In the towns, modern amenities and infrastructure blend seamlessly with traditional architecture. You can find high-speed internet, modern supermarkets, and excellent healthcare facilities, all within a setting of historic churches with ornate Baroque facades, cobblestone streets, and traditional manor houses. This is one of the defining characteristics of modern Azorian life: the ability to enjoy the peace, security, and natural beauty of island living without sacrificing the conveniences and opportunities of the contemporary world. For the young people of the Azores, life offers a unique combination of freedom and challenge. Growing up surrounded by such profound natural beauty and within a safe, tight-knit community is a gift. The public education system is excellent, providing a strong foundation for the future. The University of the Azores, with campuses on São Miguel, Terceira, and Faial, offers a range of higher education opportunities, particularly in fields like marine biology, volcanology, and agricultural sciences, which are uniquely suited to the island's environment. However, for many specialized fields of study and for broader career opportunities, young Azorians often look to mainland Portugal or other parts of Europe. Leaving the islands for university or work has become a modern rite of passage, a chance to experience the wider world and gain new skills and perspectives. It is a time of great personal growth, but it is also a time when the pull of home, the Portuguese feeling of saudade, becomes most apparent. It is a bittersweet experience. The excitement of life in a bustling city contrasted with a deep longing for the familiar landscapes, the close-knit community, and the taste of home-cooked food. The connection to the islands is incredibly strong, and a great many young people choose to return after their time away. They come back with new ideas and a global outlook, contributing to the island's vitality and helping to shape their future. They might open a sustainable tourism business, a modern design studio, or an innovative agricultural project. The summer months are a special time when the islands come alive with the energy of returning students and emigrant families, creating a vibrant, multi-generational atmosphere. The ongoing challenge for the Azores is to continue creating diverse and appealing opportunities that will encourage its talented young generation to stay or to return, ensuring a sustainable and vibrant future for the islands they call home. The rhythm of life in the Azores is a study in contrasts, a natural ebb and flow between activity and tranquility. The daytime is a time of work and purpose. The green pastures are dotted with farmers tending their herds. The harbors are hubs of activity, with fishermen unloading their catch and preparing their nets. In the towns, shops are open. Local markets are filled with the vibrant colors of fresh produce, and tourists explore the natural wonders. The energy is gentle but productive, a reflection of a people with a strong work ethic and a deep connection to their livelihoods. As the afternoon sun begins to dip towards the Atlantic horizon, a palpable sense of calm descends. The workday ends and the focus shifts inward, towards home and family. The evenings are quiet. The towns become still. The streets empty. This is not a culture of bustling nightlife, but of shared family dinners, of quiet conversation, of time spent together. The only sounds are often the gentle murmur of the ocean washing against the volcanic rock shores and the strange, haunting call of the Cory's shearwater, a seabird that nests in the coastal cliffs and fills the night air with its eerie, wailing cries. The lack of light pollution means the night sky is a breathtaking spectacle, a brilliant canopy of stars that seems close enough to touch. This nightly peace is cherished, a time to rest, recharge, and reconnect, restoring the balance that is so essential to the island way of life. Life in this beautiful but remote archipelago is not without its challenges. The very remoteness that creates such a unique sense of peace can also be a source of difficulty. The weather, ruled by the unpredictable Atlantic, can be a formidable force. Winter storms can isolate the islands, cancelling flights and ferries for days at a time and reminding everyone of their vulnerability. The cost of living can be high, as most consumer goods must be imported across 1,000 miles of ocean. Economic opportunities, while growing, are still limited compared to the mainland. The economy's heavy reliance on dairy farming, fishing, and tourism makes it susceptible to global market fluctuations. A bad season for tourism or a drop in milk prices can have a significant impact on the community. There is also the social challenge of an aging population on some of the smaller islands, as young people are drawn to larger islands or the mainland. But perhaps the greatest challenge is one of balance. How to encourage the economic development needed to provide a good life for the islanders while protecting the pristine, natural environment that is their most precious asset. How to welcome visitors without succumbing to the pressures of over-tourism. How to modernize while preserving the unique cultural heritage and the peaceful way of life that makes the Azores so special. These are the complex, vital questions that the Azorian people navigate with care and foresight every day. So why do people choose to live here? In a world that offers endless possibilities, what is the powerful force that holds people to these small islands in the middle of the ocean? The answer is found not in one single thing, but in a collection of deeply felt truths. They stay for the unshakable sense of community, for the comfort of knowing you are part of a place where people look out for one another, where a neighbor's problem is your problem, and a neighbor's joy is your joy. They stay for the unparalleled safety, for the simple, priceless freedom to let their children roam and explore without fear. They stay for the profound and pervasive peace, for the silence that is not empty, but filled with the sounds of nature. In a world of constant noise and distraction, the Azores offer a space for quiet contemplation and a deeper connection to the world and to oneself. For many, it is a different definition of wealth, one measured not in material possessions, but in time spent with family, in the quality of the food on the table, and in the richness of one's relationships. And above all, they stay for the deep, unbreakable bond with the land and the sea. It is a connection that runs deeper than simple appreciation. It is a sense of belonging, of having roots that are anchored in the rich, volcanic soil and intertwined with the history of this remarkable place. It is the feeling that the landscape is not just something you look at, but something that is a part of your own identity, that your family's story is written in the stone walls that crisscross the fields. It is the feeling of being truly, completely, and irrevocably home. The Azores exist in a state of beautiful, delicate equilibrium, a balance between the raw power of nature and the gentle resilience of its people, between a cherished connection to the past and a thoughtful embrace of the future. It is a place where life is measured not in minutes and hours, but in the rhythm of the tides, the changing of the seasons, and the steady, dependable cycle of day and night. Here, amidst the volcanic peaks and the endless ocean, life is simpler, quieter, and in many ways more profound. It is a living testament to the idea that a deep and meaningful life can be found not in the pursuit of more, but in the quiet appreciation of what is already there: family, community, and a deep and abiding harmony with the natural world. This is the quiet life in the heart of the Atlantic.